Hello, all. Good morning. Hello, George XRP, Georgia Whippoorwill, Kaz, Rainman, MJ, Laura Lee. Hello, Bon Bon and Pad. Hello. See if I can do my Whippoorwill whistle. Okay, I'm not going to try. Out of practice. Hello, One Titan. Hello, Chad and David and Julie. In a recent clinical trial this year, women who took 2.5 grams of collagen peptides daily for 8 weeks saw an average of a 25% reduction in eye wrinkle depth, 9% improvement in skin elasticity, and a 29% book in skin hydration, proving collagen can visibly strengthen and rejuvenate skin from within. That's why I use today's sponsor, BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen. Obsessed with results it's given my skin. BioTrust's Ageless Multi-Collagen helps supercharge my skin health by using 5 premium types of collagen needed to help reduce wrinkles. Notice smoother skin, more elasticity, more hydration, fewer fine lines, and a youthful glow. Plus, it helps improve joint health, bone strength, connective tissue, on top of my skin health. For a limited time, you can grab a bag of BioTrust Ageless Multi-Collagen for 51% off at healthwithmarkz.com. Plus, you'll also receive free VIP live health and fitness coaching for life, an ebook, free ebook, I should say, entitled 14 Foods for Amazing Skin, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, and free express shipping with your order. Once again, that is at healthwithmarkz.com to get this deal now. Hello, Miss Kukla, Jackie. Yes, I am tired, but I had a great time with my sister in town. She is off to the airport now. Hey, Rick, I see yins are in here. Hello in the Dominican Republic. Do you finally have power? Oh, no, Hargis, that is so sad. Said, hello, Mark. I'd lost my twin to 2-year turbo cancer. As a twin, prayers of comfort headed your way. Tough one. Tough one. See, TNT Tony was expecting an RV this weekend. Just posted saying it's not happening this weekend. I didn't expect it this weekend. I wouldn't have been surprised if we had it this weekend. We do have a little bit of positive on the rumor side to share this morning. Let's do a short one because it is time to get Matt and Lucas in here very quickly. Some of the things we're going to cover this morning, and this is just going to be a short synopsis. Some bond contacts now telling me that things have gone very well, especially in Europe. They're getting ready to move to Asia, then the U.S., which to me indicates some money going. I am getting mixed reports from some Indian contacts. Some saying initial funding is there. Some saying they haven't seen anything yet. They're just being told to be prepared. So I'm getting some interesting stuff back and forth from sovereigns that may indicate we have past a go trigger. Don't know how long it takes to culminate from there, but some really positive rumors this morning that need to be fleshed out before our Monday morning. Some really positive stuff that needs to be fleshed out. Because if that's true, they're getting ready to go to Asia. That means they have most likely either funded, prepared, or whatever for all the bonds in Europe. I've been told a long time that U.S. would be last in that process just because too many leaks. Not that they're getting money at different periods, I don't think. But it makes sense why they would do it logistically that way. Some very interesting rumors, and they're just rumors until we prove them one way or the other. So I would not, yeah, exactly. 72-hour rule, but they started thick last night. So 48, 72 hours, we'll have that one figured out. Savvy, why no broadcast yet? Well, I'm right here. It's running. Mark, are the bioluminescent beaches at the PR as amazing as I hear? Yes. The one usually sneak away to is La Peguera on the south side. Yeah, I'm hoping it's true, because if it is true, that means next week is going to be just awesome. But that's supposing it is. Some of the other things we'll talk about is the kerfuffle overnight over the Epstein files. Heard that you said that her Aunt Martha, yeah, right? Daggone boards. All right, we got Matt, but no Lucas. We have a fearless leader here.
Good morning, Mark.
Oh, I don't know where Tonto is.
He's just shot a deer with his two young boys, and he was just doing something with it. He said it's going to take him about 3 minutes.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, it was kind of an exciting thing, I think, happening there.
I got to see if he's going to make us some deer jerky.
He probably will. He does everything, you know.
Yeah.
Lucas, if we had the apocalypse and it was like you had to rely on preppers, he'd probably be the best namer in the whole country, you know. So, yeah, he'd be a good guy to be around.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He'd be a great one if the world hits the skidders too.
Right, exactly. Yep. And yeah, so anyways, yeah, it sounds like good morning, exciting times happening all over. And yeah, everything's going great. And the gurus are doing business. And, you know, I don't even know how to get, I just wanted to mention to people, but, you know, when we call for the gurus and you have any questions, you know, and you're a new person or whatever, you can get, usually call when you call the number 612-412-8343, you get Wendy or Amy. But now we got a Telegram deal, and that Zach helped me set up there. And Zester helped me set up. Did I say that wrong, Mark?
Nah, yeah, you can say either one. Everybody here knows them by both.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes I forget, you know, we go by different names or whatever. But anyways, I don't even know how you actually get, I know where I get in there, but I don't know how other people get in there.
Yeah, I was hoping he would send me that link so I could share it with everybody this morning, but I'll definitely share it Monday morning so we can really pile on. But the link's in the old room. So if you go to it, there's a link, send you right over.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to answer a lot of questions.
Oh, look, Kukla to the rescue.
All right, Kukla, way to go. And yeah, you just get in there and then you ask questions and get them answered. Unless it's a question like, you know, what is CBD or THC or something, you know, it's
right.
It's really cool, you guys, if because truthfully, everybody gets really busy, you know, and then when we're not super busy, you know, like the best thing to do is, you know, for me, and I'm sure it's Mark's the same and a lot of other people, to be with your family. So instead of, you know, just explaining like what's the difference between Delta 9 THC or Delta 8 THC, just Google it and you'll just do a little bit of reading.
It's very quick to find out the difference.
Yeah, or if hey, is CBD good for my pet? Yeah, I just said that one. I think it was this morning or last night, and I just basically said, yeah, just put it in the search line, Google or whatever you use. I use Brave, and then you just put in there is Google or is Google good for pets? No, is CBD good for pets? Yeah. Is THC good for them? No, it's probably too much for them, truthfully, and go from there. Just answer. You can answer easy questions. So, and what's that?
I was getting a kick out of this one. I've been asking the gurus for a while now. All I get's a bunch of bogus dates. Oh wait, wrong gurus.
What's that, bro? Bogus dates?
Yeah, in other words, like so many of the gurus on the boards. And it was like, oh wait a minute, y'all are the CBD gurus.
Yeah,
right, I thought it was funny.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, for sure.
All right, Lucas. Since we got the mighty deer hunting Lucas,
oh geez, he told you.
Well, we need details.
Well, so my I have two younger sons, 9 and 7, and they've went out with me a few times, but we've never actually committed to it and took one. So we we able to harvest an 8-pointer this morning. Really, actually, about 20 minutes after we went out. So then we waited for my brother, who was in the field across, to try to get something. He never did. So, but
So with all those unique words, we're gonna take one harvest. What you're saying is you murdered Bambi.
that's correct.
Oh boy.
And oh, does Bambi taste good?
That's
So
right.
what'd
Right.
you get? Did you get a doe? Get a buck? Get a spike?
Yeah, just an 8-pointer, 8-point buck.
8-pointer.
Oh yeah.
That's a solid one. That's got to be something for those boys.
Oh, they absolutely
How many
loved it.
pictures did they take?
They wanted one, and they did not realize that it was going to be as how do I put this, as gruesome,
Right, a little gruesome.
yep, and they bucked up though. They helped me hold the legs and helped me start processing it.
AKA the field dress.
Yep.
Empty its guts.
So yep.
That's just awesome though. That's an experience. Young men becoming men, or young boys becoming men. I know I'm going to be told how toxic I am. Not by most of you guys, just whatever liberal pipes in to watch it.
That's
T1
right.
Nap,
From the rest of society.
a lot of folks don't exactly know what this new possible law is about THC in mail.
Hey, can I say something about that?
Oh, sure. It's you guys. It's your time. Shine.
Okay, and then Lucas can add something too. Well, in Minnesota, like say if you're a manufacturer, not a manufacturer, but a distributor in Minnesota, they passed a law in Minnesota that you can't mail anything with THC through it through any common carrier like post office, UPS, FedEx, that type of thing. So, but if you're on the other side of the border by 400 yards in Wisconsin, you can send THC into Minnesota through the post office. And,
It's crazy.
Or the UPS, yeah. And boy, I'll tell you what, literally there was guys in Minnesota when they heard about that law get thrown in there at the end. One guy was almost crying on TV. He really was. And I don't blame him in a way because he got blindsided, and they all did. But that's why we're over in Wisconsin, because now we can ship into legally in any state, and because that's what the U.S. law says right now. And don't worry about this new thing they're doing for at least 10 months. We got that handled, and Lucas can talk about that a little bit more. But no, there's the farm law of what was it, 2018? Yeah, you can ship anything legal through common carriers like post office or UPS or anything. Nobody can stop you unless you're in a state where they have a law. You're stuck in that state.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not. And we actually went across the border in that area we're in right now just to find a warehouse space. Just within 20 miles, you're probably looking a year and a half out, because they not only did it to us, Minnesota, but we've lost getting up to close to 40% of our businesses statewide and since the end of 2019. And most of them went right to the borders. So you still get Minnesota people working there and everything else, just like our place. All the Minnesota people are coming over to work right across the border because it's only a 20-mile drive. But yeah, it's true. Minnesota's screwing businesses left and right, and probably other states too. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was kind of like McConnell's parting gift in that horrendous legislation. Is my take on that one.
Yeah,
and one of the rare times recently where I agree with Rand Paul is he tried to attach and tear it apart whatever he could because he knew what it would do to the industry.
It is. It's this federal ban on all THC products, Delta 8, Delta 9, THCP, HHC. I mean, you name it. And here's I would even say, Mark, as equal as the ban on that, they are also banning CBC, CBG, CBN, CBGA. I never thought about CBGA. You're absolutely right. CBDA. And then, actually, no, the acids might be okay.
Huh.
The acids might be okay.
So what do? You just get the acids and leave them in the shelf for 2 years to let them turn to a new compound?
Yeah, because technically, I don't think you're allowed to use heat to decarb them into the actual cannabinoid.
So in other words, everybody's
I
gonna be
need to look
buying
into
those
that.
CBD acids and baking their supplements.
Yeah, I need to look into that. But yeah, that's the hard part is when they make rash, quick, very fast
Yep.
decisions.
With no
What
oversight or
happens
thought.
exactly? They have these problems where they make these decisions like this, and yet because how it was signed in, the amount of effort that's going to have to go into overturning this is going to be massive. So like I'm heading up to Chicago. I know there's several people and several organizations working to to have this done, but as of right now, yeah, it's not looking good for I think what is it, November 1st of next year. It you can't buy, you won't be able to buy anything. So
But you know what though? When it comes time, we'll probably call it the 7-year special.
a
Yeah, right.
7-year special.
And
That's
we'll
not a
be,
bad idea.
no, but we'll, at least the last 3 months, we'll be sending out enough boxes and we'll have storage ideas to keep it good for 7 years. And hopefully that's a time frame we can, get things overturned. But
Yep.
anyway,
All right, you got to tell us how to get in, and we got somebody that wants to buy chocolates, and you already have the chocolates. They just have a different label this year.
yeah.
So, you want to take over?
Yeah, you bet. And, it's talking about the chocolates. Can we talk about that a little bit, Lucas? Or see, that's the guys who used to make my chocolates. Are you there, Lucas?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're real good friends of Lucas's, and so we just they've got great chocolates.
They're great. They're a great family. They're like all the owners are just like brothers and sisters. Just a really, really solid family. They actually lost the original starter, their father, not too long ago. And just a really great guy. First time I met him, I'm walking through. I mean, this is, a decade ago. He was having me walk through the facility with him, and he had a little, like an old, like it looked like from the early 1900s, like a little bronze cup. And he would go around to all the different spigots and turn the spigots on and be like, try this chocolate, try this one, try this one. And it was just like, I mean, I drank like, a solid 30,000 calories in pure chocolate. And they're just a really, really solid family. Just a really great God-fearing family that is just, they're good people. They really are.
Yeah, and you guys remember all the chocolates they sell to are 15 milligrams, and some of the peanut butter bites and all that. So just cut them up into 3 pieces or maybe 4 if you're not used to it. Yeah, but or else when you're having a little party, you don't have to have one for each person. Just maybe one for every 4 people or 3 people. Don't overdo it, okay? So.
Yeah, boy, I don't even know if she's referring to a CBD order because I didn't know you guys did back orders. Gene, you're going to have to get more details if you want some suggestions or help.
Yeah, and this isn't the forum to do it. Just call our number, 612-412-8343, and we'll take care of you. Or else send a email in or do both,
Yeah, how do you handle that though when the post office tracking number, they say they delivered, but it's not sitting there? Basically, well, most likely it's a porch pirate or the postman's eating somebody's gummies. I mean, how do you handle that? I mean, do they just insure it? You have to jump through the hoops. You got to get paid back. I mean, it's got to be a pain in the butt to get figured out. I had never thought about it.
Well, yeah, what happens especially, 49 out of 50 times that you get a notice like that and it didn't get delivered, Okay. It's still in the truck or they brought it back. And see, the postal guys, they'll just automatically just say they're delivered. And for a bunch of them as they're going along, and then they bring them back. Okay. So it's just call your local post office. It said it was delivered. It's there. 49, like I said, maybe 99 times out of 100. We don't lose too many with the post office.
No,
Maybe one every week and a half or 2
they're
weeks.
usually pretty good. I mean, it happens, but it's rare.
Yeah, and
Boy, I tell you, this is one that drives me nuts. Brenda saying, I started with a pain clinic after I ordered 3 bags of Tiltonines. I've been taking 1/4 of a gummy to get used to it. Then the pain clinic made me sign a contract that I would not use any CBD or THC. And you want to know why? Because there have been a number of scientific studies, and they show that your use of prescription pain meds and opiates decrease by, on average, of around 80% once you start using a CBD or a THC for pain. So you are devastating that pain clinic's profit center by taking CBD or a THC product. Of course, they make you sign a contract.
yeah, that's 100%.
To me, it is a crazy. And I had a doctor that was working in a pain clinic, and he just said it is the insurance companies forced that rule on them because the insurance companies are partnered with the pharmaceuticals now. They force that rule on them, and they think it is the craziest thing and the most anti-science.
Yeah, and the opiate pain meds, you guys, that mask the pain, they don't do any healing whatsoever. And the THC and CBD actually mask, or they cut the pain, but they're healing at the same time. Just remember that, And I got so many older buddies that have been on pain meds their whole life, and it just destroys their body.
Oh, it does.
I think it really destroys their cartilage and
Gives you
stuff.
an enlarged heart. I mean, it's just some rough stuff it does to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's the truth. Because the wrestlers, I know a lot of wrestlers, you guys, and they've been taking the pain meds since the 3rd time they stepped in the ring, and their hearts are just destroyed. And yeah, and every time they get slammed on their back, it destroys it more, and so that's why most of them pass away in their 40s. So
that's
painful.
painful.
It is sad, especially when you know a lot of them. So, but anyways, let's go to the specials, you guys, and get you guys healthy. And but you know what though? Nah, everything is good. I was just gonna say, even if there is something that happens at the end of next year, maybe by then they'll have like a suntan bed type thing you can just lay in and just go get a tune up every week, So you maybe won't need these kind of things. So, but anyways, but I like the lotion anyway. The lotion, I mean, it's hey, I'm giving some out to my buddies today in the morning, right after this breakfast time. But
Speaking of giving to your buddies, you want to walk them through how to get in the site so they can start buying their Christmas presents and stocking stuffers. I mean, your little small bags, your like 10-count gummy bags of the THC9 ones. I mean, what a great stocking stuffer.
Exactly. But don't mix them up with little Bobby's present and load them up there because
take that seriously.
Exactly, because if I was a kid and I got one by mistake, I would have just ran out of the room and started eating it, So then I would have came wandering back in and probably hit the Christmas tree and knocked everything over.
Yeah, I tend to think, and I could be wrong, but Lucas, when I think of young Matt, I think of a really mischievous Spanky from the Little Rascals.
I don't think that is a misconstrued perception. I think that's pretty accurate.
You know how many times I got grounded after dinner and then went out the side window and ended up playing, and hopefully I got home before they even noticed it after 9:30, 10. But they always did. Then I'd get grounded again, and then I'd go back out the window the next day, because I'd lock the door in my room, and then my dad would disconnect the lock, and then anyway. Okay. But yeah, spanking. No, there was no. He was always threatening. I'm gonna get the belt. You know how many times I got the belt? 0. Because if he would have belted me, it would have been just a horrendous.
Well, Lucas, now we know what's wrong.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so my mom was pretty protective of me because she felt sorry for little Maddie. Anyway, because I had older brothers that always beat the hell out of me. So, and not sisters. I was going to say sisters, but they were nice. Okay, here we go. TheCBDGurus.com. And we go to, God, I got to get it together here. TheCBDGurus.com. TheCBDGurus.com. And then when you get in there, you'll see home, shop, wholesale. Hit the wholesale button. And then when you get in there, hit Mark's name, MarkZ Wholesale, for sure. And then if you have to, a square pops up. Just put in there lowercase KRAMCBD, and then you'll get into right where we are now at the weekly specials. And starting yesterday at 9:20 Central, at a $25 order, you get the 2000 lotion, not after discounts and shipping, free. And that's a $25 product right there. And actually, I'm giving 6 of those out to 2 of my buddies at breakfast right after the show today because they like it. They're old guys like me, but they're still doing their stuff. One's a plumber, and the other guy's he just does other work with electricity and stuff, gas and all that shit. So anyways, but they need it. Otherwise, their hands wouldn't work anymore. Then they'd have to quit. But anyways, okay, so we got the 2000 lotion at $25. There's 5 cents there, but we're just going to do the Guru's Choice. Okay, so, but there you go. At $50 or more, not including shipping or discounts, receive 10 million Venezuela Bolivar and 50,000 Dong. And there you go. At 125 or more, not including shipping or discounts, receive 20 million Venezuela, 25,000 Indonesian rupiah, 50,000 Vietnamese dong, and a partridge in a pear tree. No, not the end. Okay, just the currency. Okay, and then also at 125 or more after discount. So remember, you're going to have to get 140 to get that discount. Put in NOV10 for a 10% discount. So there's a lot of things happening there. But if you concentrate, you're going to save a lot of money, and in the future, be loaded. Right, Lucas? No, I'm just kidding. Lucas is like, Lucas is going down the road thinking about the deer deal or whatever. Okay, so if you're new, especially if you're new, and if you're not new and you got problems ordering, but you know what? And there are a few people with problems ordering, okay? 612-412-8343. Wendy is standing by for sure. And if you don't get her, you're not going to get Amy because I know she was out late last night. So you're just going to have to leave your number and she'll get back to you. Wendy will. Amy worked super hard all week. She's my star at the warehouse. But anyways, we got the specials. Here we go. Our coffee, $29 for the 5 mushroom CBD coffee. Now, if you want 2 of those, save, was it $8? Yeah, you get 2 of them for 50. Okay. Now we got the 1/4 ounce mushroom coffee. If you want to give one out to a buddy or whatever and say, hey, try the coffee, or else for presents, order them for Christmas presents. Oh, now that would be a great present right there. We got 2 of those for $14, save money. And now we got our coffee concentrates. Look at those. 3 flavors, soon to be 5 flavors. And that's going to be great. And we got $9 or 3 for 24, save $3. Okay. But you also get all the other stuff when you order. Okay, Delta 8. Okay, we've never done this before. Because the Delta 8 guys, we're going to do it. Because Lucas told me to. So we got 5 Delta 8s.
Oh, wait, I got to find these.
Yep. For 125. And then we also get free 30 count 5 milligram Delta 9 gummies. Okay. Christmas stuffers. There you go. And you know what? We actually had somebody yesterday. They ordered 20 of those. And the guys, and they said to me, do I give them 12 of those packs? And I said, yeah, that's it right there. That's the deal. And they said, oh, okay. You know, and then we had the cans. And then very last call, maybe. It may be getting cold, although it's warm today. We've got lime, orange, and cherry. Okay. X-Freeze roll-on. We got the lotion 2000, CBG and CBD. Now, at the end of next year, if all of a sudden we're getting near the end there and you love that lotion, I'm sure right the 2 weeks before the last date, we'll have a special on like 24 of them. Right, Lucas?
That's up to you.
Well, no, we're going to have huge quantities. We're going to have huge quantities, yes.
And be prepared. Yeah. No,
But
if.
don't worry about it till next year. We'll be ready. I'll rent a hockey arena to store everything in as we set it down. Okay, and then we got the broad spectrum gummies, the mushroom gummies, 60 count, lion's mane, 30 counts, turkey tail capsules. We got Excite chocolates. And those, we've got 6 different varieties of chocolates and peanut butter nuggets and Dubai nuggets. I didn't even know what Dubai nuggets were, but they're pretty damn good. And it's a fancy chocolate. Okay, and then with that, you get, let's see, we get, what did they do here? We got the
Free 10 count, 5 milligram.
yeah, we got, we're giving out free gummies with it. Yeah, that's right, a 10 count. Yeah, stocking stuffer right there, $9 value with 10 chocolates. We got cookie and cream chocolates, you guys. Those are, you know what's kind of funny? I was told those were the second best seller, and we're not selling that many. But so give them a try if you like that kind of thing. I think you're really going to like it. Okay, and then we've got our 3 10-packs of Delta 9 THC 5 milligram gummies, $21. We got Miracle Gold gummies. Yeah, somebody said the other day they didn't like the taste for a Miracle Gold liquid, and I said, well, just get the gummies next time, but also just chug it down. Not chug it down, but take your dropper and take it down, and then just rinse it down with something else, or else put it in the 2000 lotion, mix it around, rub it on your skin, or just rub it on your skin without the lotion. It still works. You just do a little drop at a time so it's not like irritating you before you put a lot on. Okay, then we've got oils. The 14,000 oil, $69. That's a hell of a deal right there. We got the oil with THC in it, double-sized bottle, $69. And I know Lucas is hearing that for the first time and thinking, oh, that's too cheap, Matt. But anyways, I set the prices. Okay. So, and Lucas does give input on it, but I just want to get everybody this stuff out there. Okay, we got other things. That's it. Let's get to the question. Sorry about the time, guys.
Jules Bells with a question. Lucas, do you know how black seed oil works with oil of oregano? Now, I'd have to ask.
Like how the two react to one another.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think black seed oil is high in polysaccharides, and I'm not sure the poly count of oregano. If I remember right, though, I don't think oregano has a super high concentration. So you're probably gonna not get. I don't think they're gonna have a problem mixing, if that's the question you're asking.
Yeah, I think that's their question. If you know if there'd be a benefit.
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's not one I would know. I would just do a search.
It's not one that I really work with a lot. Yeah, I typically work with super, even like a lot of people ask about, doing some of the high polyphenol olive oil, like EVO oil, extra virgin olive oil that's super, super high in polyphenols. There's great benefits of mixing that with black seed oil, and it mixes really well. But on the oregano, I just don't know. I just don't use it enough to give you a great answer.
Yeah, well, if Fred's in here, you're going to be getting your answer in chat. Triumphant wants to know, how many energy gummies do you recommend at a time or daily?
I would just do 1 or 2. I take 2 a day, and it's really good. Not necessarily for the caffeine boost, that type of energy, but the amount of cordyceps. We do 500 milligrams, so per gummy. So the cordyceps is really, really well at helping your overall body produce more ATP and really kind of boost your mitochondria. There's just a lot of good research out there that it just boosts your overall wellness and energy levels. So, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, again, like we kind of give you our recommendation, guys, but again, this is definitely consult with your doctor before starting or changing any of your regimens. But yeah, I would say 1 to 2 is the recommended dose.
One of the questions we had early on was somebody has blood pressure, hypertension due to anxiety and stress, and asked if you had anything or some thoughts or suggestions. I mean, always, something like that, it's serious. Definitely check with your doctor to make certain and you're okay. But wanted your thoughts on that one.
Well, and this is why it's so important to work with a doctor, because you have two people, right? They both struggle with anxiety, stress, and then one of them does say lower dosages of THC, 1 or 2 milligrams, like in the gummy form, and it helps them out significantly. And the other one, and the other person, it may not help out as well. So that's why it's like super important to get a doctor that is willing to go down the natural remedy path with you, so that they're like, well, it may work with you, but maybe your blood biomarkers show that it won't work super well for you, at least for the stress aspect and the anxiety. So you kind of have to find someone that's willing to work for you, because we're all different. And that's why even 4 or 5 years ago, Mark, when we started kind of baby stepping everyone kind of through cannabinoids and how to take them, it's always very, very important to start very low and then kind of work your way up, because everybody's different. Matt may require, his body endocannabinoid system may want 50 to 75 milligrams of CBD a day to really make him feel really good and help with his inflammation and pain, whereas I may need 125 to 200 milligrams. And so we're all different, and our bodies, our uptake is very, very different as well. So always start off low and kind of work your way up, and then obviously with any of these things, work with a doctor you guys trust.
Are all the coffees the same roast? As in, is it a light roast, a medium roast, a dark roast?
I think they're medium to dark.
Yeah, they're all pretty much a dark roast, like a good solid bold dark roast. You may have like most of ours are single origin. So we try to do the highest end single origin that we can get.
Let's see, what else do we have?
We even have some new ones coming down the ballpark. A new dark roast. It'll still be under the same packaging, but we went ahead and got a ton of green coffee beans that I'm going to start roasting. And by ton, I mean literal ton. And but it's a single roast from one farm in Venezuela. So, Matt, I know you're big on the Venezuelans. So just trying to, but yeah, so we actually know a family and that farms. And so we got, and their coffee so far has been the best. And that's what's cool, Mark, is being able to find these smaller families, smaller farms, and that produce really, really solid high-end coffee. And then that way we can buy it directly from them, so we don't have to, buy from a broker or all this other stuff to, really ups the price. Because some of these, I mean, especially now, I don't think people realize what the price of coffee has gone through the roof in the last 6 months.
Why,
I mean, it has literally almost
coffee.
I know. And it's like, so we're going to start seeing that hopefully come down. But I mean, Mark, in the last 6 months, I bet coffee's quadrupled in price.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Oh, yeah. I can tell you personally. B. Stexel, any reason why I get better results with Lion's Mane gummies versus the Lion Mane capsule? I was thinking maybe bioavailability, so you feel it. You probably get similar effect. It just comes on slower. And I don't know. Your thoughts, Lucas?
Yeah, I mean, with the gummy, you're chewing it up, so you're going to get a lot of it in your mouth, through the capillaries in your mouth, and you're going to be kind of exposing it to your body right away. Whereas when you take it in a capsule form, you have to digest it for your body to, kind of pick that up. So, yeah, I mean, I like the capsules and the gummies. I kind of do both. But I don't know. And that's kind of interesting, Mark, because I'm big on like baselines, right? And so,
Right.
like, how do you know that it's working better in a gummy than a capsule?
Yeah, that's a tough one. But everybody's body's a little different, biologically speaking. So run with what works for you. With my harp song, just received my first order using the lotion for my knees. It's working. Any suggestions for gut health and diverticulitis?
Ooh, I mean, gut health is, the Miracle Gold does really, really well as an antimicrobial. It helps kind of get the right amount of stomach acid, helps your body kind of regulate that. But it also does really well at, getting rid of the bad bacteria in your gut, as well as CBG. That's why, like, that's actually why we created Miracle Gold in the first place. So like that does really well with gut health. On the second one, Mark, I'm just not really expertise in that area to tell you.
Yeah, I'm not either, so I didn't know what to add on that one. Where are we at? Okay, we still have a little bit of time.
You guys want me to tell people how to get in the site real quick?
That'd be a great thing to
I'm going
do.
to do it a lot better than I did the first time.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me get ready for you.
Okay. So you go to thecbdgurus.com, and then when you get in there, you'll see a wholesale button. You hit that, then hit Mark's name on there, MarkZ Wholesale, and then you're in the specials. And then if you have to put a word in to get in the specials, it's lowercase KRAM CBD. And then you'll be in the specials. If you don't see it in the specials, scrolling down, just give it a try on the boxes up above, and maybe the products in there because it's not down in the specials. And with every order at $25 or more, not counting discounts or shipping, receive a 2,000 lotion, Guru's Choice. And then you'll see all the other specials in there. If you're new, give Wendy a call, 612-412-8343. She knows so much about health stuff. She's probably in the category of Mark and Lucas when it comes to all that stuff.
She's got me on that front. I'm good, but she's got me on that one.
Yeah, and then just check out.
She does me too. I mean, the amount of years, Matt, that she has in understanding
Nutritionals?
Yeah, nutritionals, vitamins, minerals, and how the body receives them and works with it. I mean, she's pretty knowledgeable in that area.
Yeah, and a biology degree doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't.
God, I'm so lucky to have all these smart people.
Right?
I swear to God, because I was a wreck before I got into this health stuff about 8 years ago.
That's one of the things, getting to grow with you guys and grow with the company with you guys like this. I've gotten to watch even, like your transition, as you, and then some of the different products and then the mushrooms. And yeah, your health it is rare that you ever have an issue now.
Yeah, I haven't been sick like I was. Well, it was just my throat, man. It was a cold deal, and I haven't had that for like 5 years. I take those immunities all the time. I take the Miracle Gold. I take all the mushrooms. I got vitamins going and everything else. And the coffee is really important. Well, it's just the mushrooms and the coffee and the CBD, but coffee's good for you anyway. I love this stuff.
A lot of research, polyphenols in the type. They work. All right. I think it is probably that time, fellas. I guess, Lucas, you got to go finish processing a deer.
Yep. Hey, thanks for having us on, Mark.
Oh, no, I appreciate you
Have
both.
a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, and don't forget, get your bowl quarters. I'm just kidding. You don't have to get them yet, but
we'll start putting together some bulk orders for you guys.
Oh my God, that'll be wild. But
Oh yeah.
but it'll happen. So you'll be fine, you know.
Yep.
And then like I said, I have a feeling there's going to be other breakthroughs in health. So we'll be all right.
We're going to be fine. All right, Matt, Lucas, and the fellas and ladies over at CBD Gurus, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Lucas. Take care.
See you guys. All right, let's get on with the news. Yeah, limber up, get the pants ready. Go ahead and trade them in. Get the elastic pants with Thanksgiving coming up. Do not forget, I'm going to do a shout out for Kukla's Corner, the fundraiser they do to help folks in need. She's been posting throughout. They do. If you want to donate, fantastic. Or if you are in need, reach out. mztiedeyes@gmail.com. Goes directly to her. All right, let's run from that one and get into the news. Again, I repeated that getting some interesting feedback from some bond contacts has me excited, but still has to be fleshed out. So you got to wait for it. But I'm certain that it's going to be over the board. So I want to cover these things so that you know you're better prepared to handle the news when you see it and it makes more sense. That they are wrapping up their European process and getting ready to move to Asia, then the U.S. on the bond side. If that is indeed true, it would be fantastic. Heard some back and forth from Indian nations. I got some Indian contacts saying, hey, first round of funding is in position. I got some others saying not yet, but they have us preparing. So if that's true, that would mean tier 3 money has started to flow, which would be a phenomenal signal as to where we're at. So just stay grounded. It doesn't help until you can go to the bank. But it's exciting to listen to the progress. All right, let's get back to what we can read, what we can focus, what we can share with our neighbors and family that think we're nuts. Large part of the expenses cannot be covered. Iraq eats $11 billion from foreign reserves and a deficit of 15. So $15 billion they went behind. Or deficit spending, similar to, well, I shouldn't even say similar. The U.S., about 50% of our budget goes deficit every year. I love how Iraq is worried about this and want to make their changes so that they have zero deficit spending, but a lot of political pressure. But just keep it in mind when you see those articles compared to any other nation on the planet, pretty much they are kicking butt. The politics. Who will be Iraq's new prime minister? Goes through the rise, the fall, Maliki's waning power and influence, and it does appear the overall favorite between all the blocs, of course, is going to be Soudani. It's just not official yet, but things look absolutely excellent at this point. The vote went well. Bank of Indonesia, Governor Rupiah redenomination not happening anytime soon is what they have come out to say. Isn't this curious? We had similar articles like that. The morning Kuwait revalued, 3 days before China revalued. We had similar articles. Why are all these countries coming out in the last couple of weeks and saying, no, we're not doing this yet? Yes, we got a plan to change value, remove zeros, but we're not doing it right now. Just why do they all need to come out and say that? What do they gain by it? Ask the why, because normally those rumors have been around for 20 years, but suddenly we have countries like Indonesia, Iraq, Syria, trying to think of all the different countries that have come out and told us, Vietnam. For some reason, they chose right now to make all of these statements. It really does sound like they are trying to keep us moving or keep us off. Choice. That means they have money sitting in the account ready to distribute is what that would mean, which is something new. All right, we can take the news banner down. My banking contacts have not been called in. They are being told not to worry this weekend. So for me, I don't think it's going to happen yet. Trump removes tariffs on beef, coffee, and other agricultural products. Substantial progress in recent trade negotiations while announcing the change. Should be nearly immediate reduction in grocery store prices. Not massive, but substantial. We'll take what we can get, as it appears the administration is recommitting to we the people and, dinner table politics which has been much needed. I feel like they've been a little distracted. My personal opinion. Speaking of tariffs, U.S. Switzerland reach a tariff deal that lowers duties on Swiss goods to 15%, in line with the rest of the EU. It has been a huge win for the U.S., like majority of these trade negotiations, as they have reset the table, flipped the table, reset the table, whatever you want to call it. We've been getting screwed for many decades. May not have liked his approach, but it has been exceptionally effective at balancing trade imbalances. Friday night melt. Oh, yeah, this is one I've really been keeping an eye on. What about U.S. farmers? A lot of those tariffs go both ways, which means we're going to be allowed to send, in other words, a lot of the products that were being highly tariffed at the destination, so they were avoiding U.S. farmers, are going away with it, which means they have a lot more sales coming. That's when you're getting an American farmer. Not perfect yet, but we're headed to a much better system than we have had. And that's another great reminder, folks. I get frustrated. I think the Trump administration do this or that. And when I say those, please keep in mind, things could be exponentially worse. We could add Harris as president. We could have been adding trillions more to the deficit. We could have had extreme problems at the border. So when I say something that you guys take as critical, don't lose your minds. I absolutely 100% believe that this is orders of magnitude better than it could have been if it would have been a Biden or a Harris. I mean, absolutely not even close. Way better. Also doesn't mean that I'm going to give a free pass when I think somebody can do better, myself included. So Friday night meltdown, Trump yanks his Marjorie Taylor Greene MTG endorsement, mocks Massey's remarriage after his wife's death. It was a bit of a tirade, like a 2-year-old. But was it purposeful? Was it purposeful? So Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and some Democrats pushing to put legislation. Of course, it was the Democrats that overwhelmingly voted not to release all of them. They present it, then many of them turn around and block it. Isn't this interesting? They tell you they want the Epstein files, but only if it's hurting Trump. If it doesn't hurt Trump, they do not want it released. Trump ratchets up and says, fine, we're already doing these investigations. I think you're going to be really surprised. He's like, I don't have anything to hide. They try to make stuff up. But you'll see, of course, at the same time, I'm like, why hasn't he pushed them to release everything? Bite your tongue. Yeah, Harris would have been horrendous. Would have been horrendous if she'd have won. So that's the question. Is he doing everything for a reason, or is he acting like a spoiled brat over this one? I am with Marjorie Taylor Greene, though, and it could be all made for TV, this back and forth with her, because she has been MAGA. She has not been a Republican. She has been a MAGA. She could give a rat's butt about the Republican Party. She cares about the American people and party. Like her, dislike her, her voting record proves that comment. So could they just be working together for a kerfuffle? Either way, I agree. Release it all. And if you're afraid to release it because he's a intelligence asset for Israel, tell us. Either way, we want the truth and nothing but the truth. Democrats' Epstein email dump backfires as Trump sets down DOJ on Clinton, Summers, Hoffman, etc. Of course, Democrats came screaming, spreading fake news, very edited, etc., very disgenuine news. Spreading fake news to distract from the fact that you left 80,000. Okay, yeah, Democrats, they had this prepared. They had these hacked files that had gone to Nader. They had all this very questionably obtained material that did not say what they tried to portray it as saying. Said victim that we know was Virginia had already said no wrongdoing at all. They tried to make it something it wasn't by selectively editing, similar to how the BBC selectively edited Trump's speech on January 6th and just got busted for it. Democrats just got busted for that, and it is backfiring big time on social media right now. It's fun to go read the social media feeds They're trying to blame that Trump's let's see, gay. I mean, they're trying to throw anything because they were prepared with these releases for when they caved for government funding. In other words, they had it all prepared and ready because they were losing and they wanted to detract from it. They didn't want people going, oh, yeah, we got everything back. Republicans fix it. No, they need to track so that Trump could not get any credit. So they had this smear campaign ready to go, all queued up. I mean, how many times have we seen that under the Clinton administration? It was blowing up baby factory and baby aspirin factories, claiming that they were something else in Africa because of Monica Lewinsky. Every time we turn around, the party is prepared with some kind of action to divert so that they don't get held responsible. I did not see that. They executed some guy in South Carolina by firing squad. I did not see that. We do get to talk about Canada a little bit, and I'm hoping you guys, I've not had a chance to watch a video. I'm hoping you'll help me do a little research over the weekend and get some Canadians to pop off, some folks from Canada land. This video, I've heard a lot of the polling data, but I'm still stunned. Western provinces just broke away, declaring statehood. The vote and the support is putting it over 50% of the people in many of these areas are ready to leave and go. I mean, it really leaves only like 2 out of 7 areas, I think it is, in Canada that would still be Canada. This is like huge. So I'm curious. I'm hoping you guys will do some research. Watch this one. Time's a crunch for me. And it would give us something very interesting to talk about first of the week. So I'm going to put that link for that video in there. Uh, 72Z, I've seen his videos. I have heard some very good things from the Canadian Reporter. I've heard very positive things, very, should I say, he's aggressive at getting to the truth. And I find that in journalism to be a heck of a, well, I think it's necessary and refreshing to see it. Watching a few of those. Let's see. I think we need to change political parties as Democrats as much as the Republican Party is somewhat corrupt. Things need to change for positive democracy. White Wolf, I agree. Whether we call the party MAGA, the Constitutional Party, the Common Sense Party, I don't foresee the Republican Party changing. I just don't. Wish I could say something different, but I don't. Every time I have had great hope for the last 30 years that they would, rhinos take back over. This morning, I saw a post video that says that Bank of America is going to shut down for 48 hours. I have not seen or heard anything on that one. Yeah, Julian White Wolf, somewhat corrupt, like way over the top. All parties are corrupt. Our founding fathers warned us that that would happen. So I wonder if a coalition is enough. Don't really call it a party. Call it like the Common Sense Coalition. Yeah, dual citizenship in Congress to me is not okay either. If you're going to serve the American people, you need to serve the American people. Just like I would say the exact same thing. I would say the exact same thing if you were perhaps an Israeli member of their parliament, if you were on the UK member of parliament, France, whatever country you're in and you're a politician, you need to fight for the people of the ones that you represent. Nobody else. Tucker exposes Trump would-be assassin Thomas Crook's social media history, the FBI cover-up, and more strangeness. This one was very interesting. What they have been telling us and what has been easily discovered are very different. So the official narrative doesn't match with what independent journalists are finding. Not mainstream media. They seem perfectly comfortable not covering any of this. Crooks started out as a young man, 16-ish, a serious Trump fan. And he's always, it seems, been susceptible to very extreme political opinions and thoughts. You can look through his social media history. And then during COVID, he did a complete 180 to the point of violent calls against Republicans and Trump because he thought we should all mask up. Freedom should be lost. Sometimes your individual freedom's not important than locking and shutting everything down and, take care of a public health crisis. I mean, just went over the top, extreme. So he went from what appeared to be right wing to extreme left wing. Now, they tried to paint him as still right wing, which is absolutely not true. It's easily backed up. They have tracked his social media, his Snapchat, his emails, you name it. White hat hackers went in after FBI and our own government tried to convince us of something absolutely different, completely different, and have at this point laid out evidence that really does make me question our FBI. Is Cash, is he effective? Is Pam effective? I don't know. Or is the rot and the corruption just so bad? See, this is some of the rumors running around that they are doing their best to spin. And it's just not going to work. You can keep trying, but it's just not going to work. It's so absurd and so silly. And we already had it. I mean, we've had multiple gay presidents in the past. We just had Obama, Barry Store. And wait, what's his name now? And I could care less about their preference as long as it's with adults and consenting adults. I really don't care. I'd rather them run it like a business and efficiently. That's my personal opinion. But with him, just not true. And it's laughable and desperate when they try to spin it. Yeah, Barry Sotero. That's the one. Oh, Ted. Wobble sockets. Why didn't I discover those? I discovered them like 10 years ago, but why didn't I discover them even longer ago than that? Those things are life-changing for a mechanic. Jason, parasites have photographic evidence does not prove, but certainly suggest, Jason, when you really get into some of that, and then the thoughts that there's no such thing as nanotech or any of those, and it just doesn't hold up with any kind of research. It just doesn't, meaning they are real, they do exist, and they're trying to convince us that they don't and smear anybody that says anything. With my harping song, I've been told $1.47 for probably 12 years now. All right, anybody celebrating birthdays? Marvin, they do make some that will work on an impact drill, but overall, you're 100% right. Don't. Trying to keep up with some of yours. And happy anniversary, Jim and Stacy. Ted, I'll be watching Gold Rush today. My weekend officially starts soon, like 10 minutes or so from now. Kelly, yeah, guys, and many of you folks are upset with Candace Owens, not upset with Tucker because he's going against some of the belief structures. I am for that. It doesn't mean I agree with them, but I am for them questioning, asking, and digging. That is how we get to the truth. I wish I would have had more people doing that during, like, let's say the first Gulf War. Many of these things that we were told after 9/11, I was like, yeah, let's go into Afghanistan, which makes little or no sense. Let's go into Iraq. I mean, a lot of that made no sense if you really back up logically and look at it, but nobody was tearing anything apart. All we had was the mainstream narrative, or all we had in any kind of that got any traction because we didn't have the internet. We didn't have the options. We didn't have the exposure. I think it is crucial that we have more voices like that dig, even when they're wrong. They're digging, they're making us think. And it's not as easy as living in this neat little tidy world where we're in this bubble and they just tell us what to think and we're not allowed to, we don't do anything in ourselves. We just put on a smile, work, buy things, and make the bankers happy. Now, I think it is fantastic that they are questioning and tearing apart and showing these videos. Even when they get things wrong, that is still important. Maverick, grandson's first birthday. Yeah, I'm stopped reading. I'm enjoying reading with you guys. Buddy, a fantastic one. Tucker's interview with a guy explaining what chemtrails are and some of the different chemtrails. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. What you can't do, though, is put the genie back in the bottle. You can't put Pandora back in the box. Once the Chinese food's out, it doesn't fit again, whatever you guys want to call it. And I think that is important to open the eyes so that you think. Phoenix Sarah, happy 59th. Yeah, Dr. Pops, I'm with you. Anyone who actually believes that ignorant cramp about Trump is truly a desperate moron. Absolutely agree with you, 100%. Do I think he's perfect? Heck no. Nobody is. Not until Christ returns. Let's do it. Let's do a little singing to all these birthday folks, and let's call it a wrap. I'll see what I can find out over the weekend. I'll get some much needed sleep after my very enjoyable visit from my sister. Some just fantastic family time was had. Sam, what do I think about MarkZ? I don't know. He blocked me. I can't look at his stuff unless you guys screenshot it. Don't know why. Never met, never talked to, never knew. That's the only part that really makes me question his material. Why would you take somebody else that was chasing and never said anything ill, not trolling, not negative, not anything, and block somebody? That makes me go, why? I would think you want somebody to look at it and give you a second thought. Am I seeing things from the right direction? Could I be wrong? I don't mind it when people look at it, but I don't like them just tearing it apart without doing their own research. I want them to read the articles, read what I'm saying, or study what I'm saying, study the material as to why, and then look at the material, because I could be missing something in many of these. I do not mind when somebody comes behind me and re-examines and looks. I encourage it. A 15th belated birthday to Tony. So that would be my only one, but a lot of the information I have seen come from MarkZ to me has been very solid. Some of it, I think, a little wrong, just personal take, but overall, I think it's really been pretty solid. Yeah, chemtrails have been around a very long time. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to all those celebrating and the mods. Time to rest the voice, get a little rest, do a little work, watch a little Gold Rush, and I will see you all Monday morning unless we get breaking news. Bye, guys.